Hi everyone, Dr. Drew Ramsey here. Let's talk about sleep and ways to think about and take care of insomnia problems sleeping. This is one of the top complaints that I see as a psychiatrist, and one of the really big pieces of mental fitness and mental health that we have to get right. So having great what's called sleep hygiene is something I often find people maybe have heard about and they have a couple of points, but a lot of folks aren't practicing. As I said, it's so important. During sleep is when we clean out toxins from the brain. Part of our course, Healing the Modern Brain, talks a lot about sleep and the glymphatic system, which is really where about 7 grams of waste get excreted every night out of your brain. The brain is your most metabolically active organ, so really giving it time to rest, giving it time to heal, and do all the things that you do at sleep is really important. So let's talk about some of my top tips. Number 1, dim the lights early. This means when you're having dinner, when you're hanging out at your home in the evening, really try and minimize the amount of artificial light. Now, this sounds easy, but a lot of people really struggle to do this. A lot of lights will be on really, really bright, especially after 7 or 8 or 9. This is giving your brain a signal to stay awake, and you want to get rid of that and kind of minimize light and minimize stimulation as early as possible in the evening to kind of let yourself get into a routine of winding down. All right, number 2, I'm going to say is make your bedroom a sleep shrine. Your bedroom should be dark, quiet, have nice humidity, should maybe cool the temperature at night, as this often gives people a deeper sleep. A lot of times people experience this when they go out and they're camping or they're sleeping outside and it's really cold, and you sleep really, really well. So building a sleep shrine, this for some people might have a little lavender aromatherapy that can be relaxing, or have a buckwheat pillow or something like this. That's one of my favorites. But make sure that your bedroom is really associated in your brain with sleep. All right, number 3, less caffeine. If you are requiring lots and lots of caffeine, you're always fatigued during the day, you need more than just a couple of cups in the morning, this is going to be problematic for your sleep. Caffeine that you have after early afternoon, let's say 2 p.m., is still in your system. It's still going to affect your sleep and sleep cycle, even if you're getting a good amount of sleep. So avoid late afternoon caffeine. I bet you knew that one. But again, look for caffeine. I found one the other day in one of my in like a little protein bar. It was caffeinated now. So there are a lot of sources of caffeine, and some people are quite sensitive to even things like some of the molecules in dark chocolate, the theobromines, that can be stimulating. So get rid of those. All right, next up would be exercise. Get your body tired. Early or midday is great. Some people find exercise kind of stimulating in the evening, but getting a really great sweat, getting outside, and ideally, and getting some good physical activity. A lot of people wonder, aerobic, anaerobic. I'm a big fan of all movement, whether you're ballroom dancing or lifting weights or going for a walk in the woods. Get out there and try and be a little vigorous about it and build up a sweat, but move your body. That helps you sleep. All right, next would be early morning light. There's been a lot of talk about this in the wellness space, really because of Andrew Huberman's insights and podcast, really illustrating this concept a lot of us didn't know about, that low lateral lights. This is light early in the morning and light in the evening, those kind of very special times. That's a special quality of light that really sets the clocks in our cells. All of our cells have some clock genes, or how a cell keeps track of where you are in that 24-hour cycle of being a cell. All cells kind of do different things during the day and during the night. And so that low lateral light in the morning is really, really important way to start your day. Get outside, ideally, not through windows or even through like a windshield. You want to have that light getting directly into your eyes. The more light, the shorter amount of time you need to be outside looking at it. Okay, next would be a tip for when you're waking up in the middle of the night. So when we think about sleep from a mental health standpoint, some people have problems initiating sleep. All right, so really settling down, letting go of anxieties and worries, and getting to sleep. Other individuals struggle with middle insomnia when we wake up after a couple of sleep cycles, 2 or 3 in the morning. So a quick tip around this is to not look at the clock and not look at your phone. And it's a hard habit to get into. I'm in the habit, I get up in the middle of the night, it's a little time to maybe check my phone or start doing that math of, okay, I've slept this many hours, and if I get to sleep, right, that's what you want to avoid. You want to avoid that kind of neurotic math equation of how much sleep are you going to get. Instead, get up if you need to, go to the restroom, get back into bed, take deep breaths, put your head on the pillow, try and relax, let your mind wander, and fall back asleep. Next up, one of my favorite tips, new tip, is track your sleep. I don't have any affiliation with my ring here, but I love tracking my sleep because it just told me how much I was getting wrong. As a physician, we often just asked people, hey, how much are you sleeping? Folks say, hey, I'm trying to get 7 or 8 hours a night. We say, okay, good job. That's totally inaccurate. That's what I was doing for most of my career until I started tracking my sleep. And it informed me that even if I was in bed for 8 or 9 hours, sometimes I was only getting 6 or 7 hours of sleep. My sleep cycles were interrupted. I was having a lot of awakenings, and it really allowed me to take some very clear steps and now know what my bedtime is over the last several years, what my sleep cycles look like, what my heart rate variability is like, all this data. As we often say, you can't manage what you don't measure. So if you're someone who likes some of these trackers, or if you already have one, maybe in your Apple Watch or in another device that you wear, pay attention to some of the sleep data. I would say don't overdo it, but it's very helpful sometimes, especially when you think, oh, I didn't get any sleep, and you say, oh, I got pretty good quality sleep last night. Okay, and I would say that the last idea or last tip is have your routine. That everybody needs a routine of how you signal to your brain and to your body that it's time to settle down. I've mentioned some of my favorites that we use in my household and I use in my life to try and keep my sleep in a good spot. I hope these help you. If you'd like to hear more information or get some more framework around sleep and the new science of sleep, please check out our course, Healing the Modern Brain, which is available on my website. And make sure to subscribe to these videos so we can keep this conversation going about all the things that you can do to improve your mental fitness and take care of your mental health. I'm Dr. Drew Ramsey. I'll see you soon.